Hello, I want to welcome you to EDA 10302, Foundations of Special Education. This is going to be a bit of a lengthy video, so get your coffee, get your soda, whatever it is you're interested in, whatever it is you like, I should say. But make sure you do listen to the whole video. It's going to look periodically like I'm looking away, because I actually will be looking at a syllabus, but I want to take the time to go over this course with you. It might have been a little confusing to you in that originally within the system a room was listed for this course, but the room is virtual, meaning that we will meet definitely in this course, but we will be meeting virtually. I should have introduced myself. I'm Dr. McGinley, so let's start there. You will be receiving the syllabus, or maybe you've already received it by the time you view this video. I'm going to go through the syllabus, but I'm going to be pointing out a number of things as well so that you can be successful in an online course. For some of you, this may be the first time you're taking a distance education course. For others, not. But distance is definitely different than meeting with a professor or meeting in a class face-to-face. I've actually been a student myself in distance education courses, and so I do know that. So as I move along in the syllabus, which I'm actually looking at right now on my desktop, and I would encourage you, actually, I would say, even though I'm going over it, strongly encourage you to read it word for word and to organize your calendar. That's one of the most important things to do in an online course, is to organize your calendar, know what's expected of you, be logging in frequently, and complete the course that way. Okay, so let's begin. So some of you, this is a required course for all education majors, so some of you may be excited to take it, others not so. It is required, and it is taught from the perspective of preparing future teachers. So if you are in this course and you have no desire to teach, just know that it is a course directed at preparing teachers for working with diverse populations of children, particularly those children with disabilities. On the syllabus, you'll find my name, you'll find my email, you'll find my phone. My phone at the university does connect to my email, so if you leave me a voice message, I will also get that as well in my email. It lists face-to-face office hours, and so I would strongly encourage you to utilize those office hours. If they don't work for you for some reason, you can always email me and we can set up a time to meet either online. We will be using Zoom. Zoom is the tool the university uses for online office hours as well as online classes. And as far as email, there's a protocol on the syllabus which tells you what I want you to include in emails. And now that's important because professors teach, sometimes upwards of 100 students. So in the subject line, include your name and the course number as well as the section. And then it gives you some additional information on how to email me. And I will try to respond as quickly as possible. Monday through Friday, I'm pretty much responding within the same day. The weekends, it might take me within 24 hours to respond to you. I will not open emails sent from personal email addresses, so make sure when you email me, you are emailing me from your Westchester University address. There is on the syllabus a distance learning statement, and again, I'm going to encourage you to read through that. Distance courses can be very nice. There's benefits to taking a course online. There are also some challenges to taking it online. Just because you're online doesn't mean you necessarily have more time. This is a course where whether we were meeting face-to-face or in a blended situation, none of the requirements change. In other words, you still have a number of things to do. Things that we would do if we met in a classroom, you will be doing online. So make sure you are logging in every day, particularly of the week, that you organize your calendar, that you are really understanding everything that you need to do. If not, you're asking questions of me via email. And a lot of times if I get questions on email, I'll respond to the whole class with that question, because if you had that question, chances are other students did as well. Technology failure is not a reason for missing anything. So if you indicate, for instance, that I couldn't get to a quiz because of technology, I will not reopen that quiz for technology reasons. The reason for that is the university will allow you to use a loaner. You can do that from Recitation Hall, room 311, or you can actually do your work in a computer lab on campus. So technology is not a reason. Now, certainly the benefit of an online course is you can be sitting in your pajamas and participating in the course. But make sure that you have good technology. And if you need technology support, on the syllabus is listed a whole section of how you would access technology to help you via the Distance Ed office, via the D2L office, and other areas as well. There is a required text for this course. It is listed on the syllabus. It is certainly very updated text. I do not care if you get it in hard copy, if you get it electronic. I certainly don't care if you get it used. Just make sure that you have the right edition. All of your quizzes and your final exam are taken directly from the textbook. I'm not going to go through the course description and all of the objectives, but again, I would strongly encourage you to read those, because that really tells you what this whole course is about. Moving on to policies, I already discussed the electronic mail policy. Attendance is taken online. I actually can see everything you do online. I can see when you log in, how many hours you spend online. I can see if you've taken a quiz, if you've done an assignment. I can certainly see when you log into Zoom for our Zoom meetings, which I'll get to a little bit later in the syllabus, describing that to you. So I do take attendance, and the full amount, if you don't miss anything, is 25 points. If you miss anything for reasons other than a university sanctioned reason, then points are deducted. My assignment due date policy is that assignments are due on the date indicated on the syllabus and within the modules, so that you need to, again, organize your calendar. If you incur lateness due to anything other than a university sanctioned reason, I will deduct 10% of per day, actually. So 10% reduction in points. So again, organize your calendars. And if you have a university sanctioned reason, meaning something comes up that you need to discuss it with me, make sure you do discuss it with me. So there are things that happen in our lives that require notification to your professors. I don't allow for makeup work, again, unless there's a reason for it and I okay it. I do not accept any assignments over email. They will all be dropped into the assignment folders or Dropbox. There's a reason for that. It actually really ends up sitting in my emails a long time, clogs the emails, and then you do not get feedback right away. So unless I okay it, I will not accept anything over email. There's a number of things on the syllabus that talk about university policies as well. So certainly no plagiarism. There's an academic integrity policy. I don't allow for extra credit, but as long as you keep up with the course, you will be fine. There's no need for extra credit. I will attempt to maintain, from my end, I will attempt to adhere to timelines, but the syllabus potentially is subject to change at some point if I find we need to change it as a class for any reason. The grading system is there. It's the Westchester University grading system. There are a number of things in getting to assignments now, because specifically, There are a number of things in each module that require you to complete by certain dates. So for example, there's things, readings that have prompted questions you need to respond to. There's little mini quizzes. There's simulations with questions. There's discussion boards. You do get participation points for completing all of those activities. There's also, for each chapter of the textbook, there's a PowerPoint presentation. Within the PowerPoint, there are questions. That's referred to as Ed Puzzle quizzes. You do get points for taking each of those quizzes. Not necessarily getting the right or wrong answers, although hopefully you're getting the right answers, because some of those questions I actually use in your quizzes for each chapter. But that's to help prepare you. The PowerPoint is narrated. I narrate it. It parallels the chapters in your books, and that's to help you to do well on the chapter quizzes. There are online quizzes for each chapter, as well as an online final exam. Everything is taken from the PowerPoints and your textbook. It is best to read your textbook, to then take the PowerPoint Ed Puzzle quiz, and then to take your quiz. There are 6 what's referred to as IRIS modules. The links to the IRIS modules are in each of your modules. What you need to do is to do the assessment portion, which I'll be sharing with you how to do that, our first synchronous class, which occurs on January the 22nd. So there are links. You actually just do the assessment piece of it and drop it into the Dropbox. But you have to go through the modules, get to the assessment questions, which are the final questions, and then copy those questions onto a Word document and drop that into the Dropbox. You have a number of group assignments in this course. You will be placed into a group, and that's the group you will stay in the whole course. You are going to be developing a web page on something of interest to your group. The topics for those web pages will come from IRIS, and so I will talk more about that again on the 22nd when we meet synchronously. Within your group, you'll also have to develop a pictochart or infographic poster on a disability intervention. And then the other group assignment is you will be completing an individualized education program plan for a student. You will also interview your choice of family member or a professional that works with a child with a disability. And again, all of these will be explained in more detail on the 22nd when we meet. The course calendar is there for you with all of the, we pretty much go week by week by week. A lot of things do not change. You have a quiz every week. You have some additional assignments you need to pay attention to. So I think that is most of the syllabus. The ending part of the syllabus really talks about the College of Ed and Social Work's disposition statements, our mission statement, as well as, again, a number of important statements across the university, non-discriminatory statement, affirmative action. If you're a student with a disability, you would need to get to me your letter from the Office for Students with Disability Services, reportings of sexual violence, emergency preparedness, etc. So that was an overview of the syllabus. I will be going in depth on the 22nd in our first Zoom meeting. I will be looking forward to meeting you all online soon. Have a great couple weeks until we get started with class. Take care.